For this flight, we'll be flying from McMinnville down to Crater Lake in Oregon. For McMinnville, the current weather, best runway at runway 4, which is 5,420, about 150 feet. And then they do have an ILS into runway 22 and the RNAV into runway 4. If there is an issue where we come back and do an emergency landing, we will be able to in the current weather conditions. As for me, my experience, I got about 1,600 hours, 500 which are at night, and 25 at night for an actual IMC. However, in the last 8 months, I haven't flown in the actual IMC conditions, but I have done one approach with an instructor recently, and I've done commitments. I'm current to the PIC during IFR. I have had 6 instrument approaches, the holding procedures, and the intercept tracking courses in the previous 6 months. As for personal minimums for night IFR, there are 1,500-foot ceilings, 3-mile visibility, and 15 knots on the wing, and 8 knots crosswind. For the flight, we'll be flying at 182, which with the current weather and at max weight, we can expect a ground roll of 765 feet and 1460 to get over 50-foot obstacle. And then we can expect a max climb of 905 feet per minute. However, there is no anti-ice or de-icing equipment on the aircraft. For the departure out of McMinnville, we do runway 4. We need to do a 275 foot per nautical mile to 500 feet, and then climb on a 038 heading to intercept the 170 radial to the UBG VOR, and then continue to climb over the VOR in the holding pattern, which is hold south, left turn, 003 inbound. And we'll continue to climb in that hold up to our en route MEA, which for this flight 9,000 feet. Current conditions at McMinnville is 050 at 5 knots, 7 miles visibility. You got few at 2,000, that's overcast at 3,500. And the temperature is 7 C. So the ceiling is 2,000 over my personal minimum, and visibility is 4 miles over. And then with the current weather, my personal minimums for coming back to land, for the ILS it's 550 and 1, and then the RNAV is 689 and a mile and a half, so we have the weather for those. Alright, en route at Newburgh, we'll pick up the Victor 495, take that down to Corvallis. That portion will be MEA 4,000 feet. Once at Corvallis, we'll pick up Victor 23 and take that down to Rogue Valley, which that portion will be at 8,000 feet MEA. Along there at Eugene, they're reporting from 0 Zulu, 080 at 3 knots plus 6 on the visibility, and then expecting overpass at 1,500 feet. And also we got a winds aloft at OTH, which is west of the route there, that we're reporting 290 at 20 and -7 on the temperature at 9,000 feet. And then from Rogue Valley, we'll pick up Victor 122, take that down to Klamath Falls. That portion has the MEA 9,000 feet. And we got winds aloft report from Lima Kilo Victor, which is east of Klamath Falls. They're reporting 290 at 19 with -8 on the temperature at 9,000 feet. So coming into Klamath Falls with the weather, we expect runway 32, which is 10,302 feet by 150. They're expecting from 2,000 variable at 3 plus 6 statute miles, and then broken at 2,000. And then from 0,500 variable at 3 with 5 statute miles is. We do have an ILS there for runway 32. And the min is 4295 and 2400 on the RVR. So that is within my personal weather minimums of 550 ceiling, 1 mile visibility, 500 RVR, and got that by adding 350 and a half miles to the compass minimums. They also have the RNAV and VOR if need be. As for alternate, the weather is expecting to be least 2,000 feet and 3 miles is for 1 hour before and after estimated time of arrival, so we don't need an alternate for the flight. For go, no go, the weather is within personal means, but I think icing will be a concern for this flight with the temps and the physical moisture, which could lead to some system malfunctions from the ice. We could get an or malfunction airspeed, altitude, PSI, instruments. The soil pressures for the flight is don't want to disappoint the family and miss the championship game tomorrow. But I think my opinion for this is the best thing to do is wait for better weather since there is icing possible and aircraft has no ice or de-ice equipment